Hell yeah, brother. This is the dumbest thing we've ever bought. On today's episode of WatchJRGo, we are back in the Hugh Hefner mansion to finally add some of those custom home touches. What is going on, guys? I am WatchJRGo, and today, like I said, we are here in my future master bedroom, and today we're adding indirect lighting. As you can see, we've got lots and lots of direct lighting. We've got the speaker holes cut into the ceiling as well, but what we really need here is an accent light of some sort, and a lot of wood to do it. So we did just get back to Lowe's where we bought a ton of wood. And we tried to buy the straight wood, which it took multiple hours because, you know, we had to have them bring out pallets of new wood, all that good stuff. But we got that done, and today we're gonna stick a bunch of wood on the ceiling, build a big old box, and from that box, we're gonna hide LEDs up in the edges of it, so we have indirect lighting through the room. And it's also going to be, we're calling this the infinity headboard, because it's gonna come all the way down the ceiling and then drop all the way down the wall, and the bed will go up against it. So there's some storage, outlets, all that stuff built in behind the bed, a nice little kind of built-in custom touch, and also a place for the lights to hide. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but this green laser right here is 40 inches from the center of the room. A king-size bed is about 76 inches. I wanted a little bit of overhang, 2 inches on each side to really kind of make it look right. And also beds are generally a little bit wider than the actual mattress at the end of the day. So this should frame the thing out perfectly, and the laser is our mark for that. What we're gonna do is hang these 12s up on the ceiling to create like a cleat, and then we're gonna shoot into the side of that with more wood, run all the way down that, tie all of that together, and then wrap all of this in sheetrock so it looks completely finished. It's even getting taped into the ceiling as the ceiling gets redone. And speaking of sheetrock, if you guys didn't notice, over here, what used to be a door is now all finished sheetrock. This is for the thermostat for the closet's heated floor right here. Figure since the mud's wet, I might as well just keep ripping all this out of there. Probably won't throw the sheetrock finishers, but the switches are all done, the boxes are in, everything's done, and there's a box down here on the floor where the heated floor power comes into this. And it wants a dedicated circuit, but we're pulling so little that I'm not really worried about it. We're gonna be pulling like 5 amps, and they spec this out to be pulling almost 20 amps. So I don't think we need a dedicated circuit. The only loads we have on there are the lights and the floor. So I'm happy with it. We might have skipped ahead a little bit and done some of the work, but it's very easy to show you guys what we did. So I'm gonna jump up here real quick and talk you through what we're doing if it's not obvious already to those of you that build things. So if we jump over here on our stool, we have a 2x4 that's our like main cleat. This one over here is flat to the ceiling, the existing ceiling, and it attaches really everything together. This is another 2x4 that hangs down like this, and you can see that we have a sheetrock fascia on here that's gonna get taped in tomorrow. And once that's done, we can continue building. We're a little bit of a standstill, even though we do have more work to do today. After that, there'll be one more 2x4 over here to form our Z channel. And the Z channel is really the whole point of the entire thing. It drops down and there will be LEDs all the way along this to light the ceiling and the walls throughout the room. And then, of course, you don't want to be able to see the light source, so those 1x's right there, that's gonna go all the way out here on the end and give us a place to mount sheetrock so we can finish this all the way around and also hide the light source completely. So, most of this box was literally just for that. But we also have to do a few other things, like drop our ceiling fan. And I wish we wouldn't have cut a big hole for a ceiling fan box. So we gotta fix that today. We'll cut that out and put a new piece of sheetrock in there just to make sure we're not bringing a bunch of air into the box from up above. So now we're gonna put these stringers onto these joist/stringers that pick up the roof trusses, right? These ones pick up the roof trusses and they're shot in. Then we're gonna put these ones this way so we have a place to hang sheetrock and fill the entire box in. And then the box, well, the room will get painted white and the entire box will get painted gray to fit in with everyone's color scheme today, gray and white. So it needs a splash of color, and then I think it might even be a 3 color. I'm a little iffy about 3 coloring this because more than 2 colors you should pretty much never exist in any design language, right? You get 2 colors, but we're coming down, and then the rest of the infinite headboard will turn up here and then come down, and this is where the bed will sit, and the outlets and stuff that are behind it will move into that as well. So there will be outlets for lights and stuff like that, all integrated in, and it'll just be nice and clean. So we have to build that, which is on the agenda for today, and we have to get our sheetrock stringers hung up as well. And basically once all that's done, we're ready to get some finishing done. But it had to be 2 stages of finishing work because there's no way to access these side pieces that we just put in once we build the whole channel. You literally will not be able to work on it again. So it's a one and done. You kind of super glue it together and it doesn't ever come apart. Yeah.
Just contact adhesive.
Yeah, that's what we should do really. What are we doing with all these screws when we could just be spray adhesive-y? You can see the box is starting to come together here. We're doing some offsets on our 12s up here. Gabe's drawn a couple lines so we can cut these where they need to naturally break. And then we'll scab in the other side of our stringers for the sheetrock here, and we have a place to mount some sheetrock. Not only that, but we also have a place to mount our ceiling fan. Well, that's a box. We have our stringers up there, and obviously still there will be one more right there running along that 2x4 so we can bring the sheetrock out and finish all of this. So you guys can't see, it'll just be fully invisible with lights shining up like this out of the channel. So Gabe put this together here, a quick demo of what it kind of is. It's not a, this is what you're looking at right now in the ceiling, and then obviously there will be a 1x out here on the edge. Yeah,
so it's going to be sitting like...
Yep, just like that, and the lights will be shining out of that, and everything will be finished off with L channel on top for mud to fill all that in perfectly. That's it, and then of course wrapped all the way around the whole bottom so that this is all invisible. Visible! Well guys, there was one comment where somebody said, why is he calling this a mansion? His house isn't big enough or nice enough. And first of all, I'd like to know exactly how big that guy's house is. Because this house is 4,000 square foot. So it's not that big, but also it's not McMansion ridiculous or anything like that. It's just big. It's honestly, it's been a bit of a problem. We built that lake house in what, 3 months, full gut remodel, most of the siding coming off, 100% of the sheetrock coming off, took it all the way down to the floors and started over. And I was like, we can build this in 3 months. And this house has not been a case of we can build it in 3 months because it just keeps going. But it is going to be one of the most ridiculous things on the planet, not to mention building every bit of this ourselves. That's been pretty crazy too. So custom houses deserve custom touches, and we're here with our giant box on the ceiling that has been, it's been a journey, just trying to engineer this as we build. It's also, if I can get up there, incredibly strong. We can do really anything we want with this. And we have another gigantic stack of wood here to finish this, because now that all this is done and our sheetrock is taped in, this sheetrock here has to get finished perfectly flat, and then we have to have texture sprayed right up to the edge, and then we can keep building. So all of this wood is waiting on all the sheetrock work to get done, and once the ceiling's sprayed, I can keep putting the box together. Anyway, this has been a wild amount of work so that we can run 2 very expensive strips of LEDs. We're not even using consumer LEDs. We're putting in stuff that should last the rest of my life, and it'll have great indirect lighting controlled by a dimmer in the wall that'll actually just be controlled by scenes. You won't ever have to touch switches, just push like the morning scene and all the lights will start coming on. So obviously we've done a lot of work for the box. I can't wait to show you this, but while I was at the lake this weekend trying to work on my boat, Gabe painted the ceilings and helped us put most of this together in here. Man, he really went deep with that. I gotta get all that cleaned out so I can get the thermostat in here for the heated floors in the closet. Obviously, this switch here is for our chandelier, and this switch here is for the room lighting, plus all the scene controls, and of course the closet has speakers on control 4. Why wouldn't it? But look at that! We've got our lights in, we've got our speakers in, one button, and you can throw a party in the closet, obviously in every room at the same time. The closet's just there because if you're listening to music in the master, well, you might as well have music in the master closet. It only makes sense. It should continue with you throughout the house. So every room has its volume controls right there, as they do. And of course, we're ready to mount the chandelier. I really want to go get that done today, but the ceiling is textured, painted, and honestly, we really don't have to even paint these walls because we're doing floor to ceiling cabinets all the way around the entire thing, but I do think we're gonna come in here and kilt it just to be safe. Why not? One cool thing about the heated floors, I did exactly what they wanted. I had to read the instructions on this, but there's Smurf tubing from here to here. So there's actually wire down there as well, or no, there's not, I didn't pull it in yet. There will be wire between those two, but there's tubing there so that you can change that whenever you want. And the heated floor is electric in here. It's literally just mats, but all we're waiting on now is cabinets and an island, and the closet's done. Closet's probably bigger than that commoner's house, I would assume. It's
The commoner.
yeah. The shower is just kind of on an infinite hold. If you guys know somebody at Kohler, I really need their help. I don't know if we can build this shower without them. I designed this, and like I've wanted this for the last 15 years. Since the day DTV came out, I've always wanted a shower with Kohler DTV in it. It's about $10,000 just for the valves and the touchscreen to run it. And then after that, you know, it's probably $20,000 in parts for the shower. I built this for them, and I could really, really use their help to put the rest of this thing together. So if you guys know anybody at Kohler, love to work with them so we can build an insane bathroom that's, you know, one of the craziest things that have ever been seen on YouTube. The only person I've ever seen them work with is What's Inside, and they built him this exact bathroom. They did DTV and Noomies and everything. So if you guys want to send this to Kohler, it'd be amazing. If you know somebody at Kohler, that would be amazing. I would love their help on this. Gabe and I have some wiring to do in the bathrooms, and then we can finish up the toilet rooms, bathrooms over there. And over here, we're just completely at a loss until we get this built. We have to put access panels in the sheetrock, so I gotta build like a header in here. So if the valves ever have any issues, you can service them. You honestly have to be able to service your DTV valves. But the steam generator and all that fun stuff, that's gonna go over there inside the cabinets for the vanities, so that'll all be accessible as well. Basically every part of the shower cannot be closed in when you do DTV and steam and all that stuff, because you have to be able to service it down the road in case your steam generator starts leaking in the middle of the night. You gotta be able to go shut the thing off.
You know, you've got enough room out here to use one of the steam generators your dad makes.
We could. If we had a need for whatever he does, 100 million BTU, those steam generators that they just blow into the ground to get oil out, we could just run a hose in here and this shower would be full of steam in 1 second.
Bro, I mean, it's worth it.
If you guys remember the videos of my dad's steam generators, they output enough steam to fill this in probably a half second.
Yeah.
I mean, they run a pipe this big out of the end of it and just dump that into the ground. It
is insane.
So we need a very small steam generator. It's this big, and it's 11 kilowatts when it's running. But it's still cool. Anyway, over here, I gotta show you guys some crazy stuff, and actually we'll just cut to this video right now. Hell yeah, brother. This is the dumbest thing we've ever bought. Hold on, I wanna make sure it doesn't fall off the pallet. You know, if your TV comes on a pallet, you went all the way. I mean, the Linus Tech Tips one, the 115, comes in a full wood crate. But this is almost that size. And whew, it's been a struggle to get it up here, guys. It was a lot of work. You can see concrete's all scratched up. All right, I think we can just lift it now without the pallet. The pallet weighs so much. All right, don't drop her. Let's both get on there. Okay, we're gonna get this thing inside one way or another. All right, so now you've seen that we have a 100-inch TV because I figured we couldn't get the 115 TCL Linus Tech Tips has. They still don't sell that one. They sell like an inferior version, so we're going with the 100. I'll show you that in just a second. We'll keep getting that way. This is done, just needs paint and shelving. Super excited, the hallway closet's done, the lights are in. Gabe laser aligned the lights. I know he got down there to show you because they are measured exactly, and then a laser across them to make sure they're straight because we did square lights because that's what all the sick houses have. square lights instead of circle. It turns out it's a huge pain. If you take one out, it takes forever to get them square again. But yeah, dude, I took one out last night. So because the color temperature was wrong. You put one in with the color temperature off by 1 notch. So I took it out and it took 7 to 10 minutes to put one back. It's not your fault. It was like that. In here, obviously.
Actually checking to see if it would all do that.
It was wrong.
Dang it.
It was wrong. Over here we have our 100-inch TV. And Gabe and I have been working on the living room for a minute here. On Friday, we ordered everything to finish the living room for the most part. All Focal in-ceiling speakers that are 3-way. They have 2 like 6.5s and a subwoofer in them. And those are they're big squares and they're gonna go on the ceiling because we couldn't figure out how to do surround speakers in here, and the living room needs to be better than my old living room, which is all Pioneer Elite. And I loved that system, but unfortunately the way this one's laid out, it doesn't lend itself to having speakers right here. I need one right here, facing into the living room, and there's nothing here. So what we're gonna do is ceiling mount the rear surrounds and point them down at the couch. And then we'll also have Dolby Atmos with height speakers in the front. Let's come on in here and take a look at our structured wiring box. So first of all, we had to get power into here, and we had honestly a lot of work to do. This is gonna come back out. We're gonna do Smurf tubing up and down, and double Smurf tubing. Actually, it's pretty ridiculous because I need the speaker wires to those the height speakers and the rear speakers. Those are gonna run through this box in case you ever need to service them, but they're also gonna have like snap-in connectors with all of the ENT tubing, the plastic stuff, so that you can change anything at any time. HDMI down, obviously, because the receiver will probably go in here, even though I'd like it to be in the basement with all the Control 4 stuff. And then a bunch of Ethernet in here as well, because we need HDMI valence and HDMI, because you gotta have data for all this. This one needs 3. Remind me we need to put 3 Ethernet drops in here, because the TV needs 1, the receiver needs 1, the Apple TV needs 1, and the HDMI base, so 4. I should run 4 into 4.
5 new drops.
I don't want to put a switch in here, so let's just put 4 Ethernet drops in this box. It needs a lot of data, because I like everything being hardwired. Anyway, we had to cut this out, because we needed power into here, so we're not quite done with that. Old outlets are going to come out and get pigtailed. I'll clean that up. And we'll have speaker ports down there for the receiver and HDMI. And then everything will be completely hidden. Completely hidden. And we're running a big bar mount for the 100 that'll sit right up here. And the 100 will take basically the whole wall. As you guys can see, this is me compared to 100. It's just a floating head. You got it?
That's craziness, and I'm going to come over this way to see.
It's so dumb.
I can't even get this thing into the shot here. This is...
Dude, I love this.
I'm in the corner of the room.
It was cheap. They're so cheap now.
Your idea of cheap, my idea of cheap are 2 different things.
It's what we were paying for 50s if you know, when I was a kid. So I'm excited about this. I'm incredibly excited about this. There's a 75 behind it for scale. That's a 75. The 75 is drywall prepped currently. I do appreciate how this is our mount for this 100-inch TV. That's supposed to be all it needs, and this hangs over that media box. It says right there, it's rated to the weight of the TV, I guess. 100-inch max, 165 pounds. The pallet was 40. We're like right at 165 with that TV. And then these will run to our speakers in the back. It'll work out.
Sure.
Yeah, probably.
It will.
Probably.
You know, if it doesn't, we're not going to say anything.
Yeah, if it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah, just...
We're opening it right now and hanging it because we need to locate the TV anyway, just so we know where the accent lights need to fall. And I can't really call this video, I bought the biggest TV Best Buy would sell me, if we don't put the thing up, I guess. We really do need to open it and just kind of see how all consuming it's going to look like. Because it's going to take this wall.
Yeah.
I mean, this room's 20 by, what is that?
Yes.
14?
Something.
It's a pretty reasonable room. And it's still a big TV. Here's the base amount for it. This should just go right up here. And yeah, put some screws in that. Probably lag bolts right into the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna need lag bolts. There we go. We got this flying lead here all powered up. Don't worry about that. It will be in a box in just a moment. The box is right there, it just needs to go in the bottom. And then another outlet goes in there to hide the TV power, but for now we got new outlets with our junction all done in there. And shortly, every outlet in this room will be replaced as well, so they all match white decorator. This morning's job is finally done. We had to cut that sheetrock, obviously run our wire through the existing holes up this stud chase, and now that outlet is hot. It's not mounted yet because this box has to come out 2 more times, maybe even 3. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and get this giant TV out of the box and put the mount on it and see where it ends up. So after we get all that nailed down, shouldn't take long, we can figure out where the lights go. Because the lights need to be centered on the center of the TV.
Yes.
So that's what's going on. Well guys, we did a lot of math, a lot of big TV math here, and what we decided was this box needs to move down 3 inches because originally I hadn't planned to use this ultra slim bar mount. It's something I've never used before. I wanted to try it out, it seemed really cool. It should put the TV almost 100% flush up against the wall. So when we got all done with it, we were like, this needs to shift down. Luckily, we have a lot of work to do in here on the sheetrock side still, so we can pull this guy out now. There you go. I left a service loop. You like that? I like that. I liked it.
Yeah, look. Oh, and look, it's not cut.
Of course it's not cut. Yeah. I didn't think you were gonna hit it. And now we just pull that guy down to there.
Look at that.
And then we move our patch piece up there, and we're gonna patch down the sides too. We're gonna make this look flawless and tape it in. Almost.
It's magic.
The thing is that we undercut the hole the first time too, so it needed to be that much bigger. Just one hair. Anyway, now that this is done, the mount is gonna go dead even with the top of this box. So let's put the mount on. All right, we made a couple modifications. Like I mentioned, we went ahead and moved our, what would we call that? Our structured wiring closet there down 3 inches. And that'll be the hub for everything that really has to happen behind the TV. The HDMI sends over Ethernet, the Apple TV, basically all the magic to make all the automation and the stuff that's actually cool happen in the house. So you can send one source to any room instantly. So there's obviously the cameras too. I want to be able to watch the cameras in every room from one send. So we still have to pull a bunch of Ethernet into that box it goes all the way from the basement up into the ceiling and back down. And then of course we got our power in and our speakers need to run through it all the way from the floor, the receiver in here, all the way up. And one HDMI cable, of course, to make that magic work as well. And that should pretty much take care of and hide every single thing you could ever need to do to this TV from now to the foreseeable future. We've got everything done. The mount is temporary because it's gonna come back down for sheetrock finishing and paint, and then it'll all go together. And we're gonna run bigger lag bolts. This kit didn't come with the biggest lag bolts.
They were pretty
They're a little
undersized.
They're that big. We want bigger.
You'd think you'd want something bigger for 100 inch.
Yeah, I mean for 100 inch.
For 100 inch. Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I mean for 50 inch, those lag bolts.
Sufficient.
I would still wouldn't use them.
All right, how do we pick this up? That's the real question.
I would say with our hands.
Oh man.
Just like it done.
Maybe we just leave the plastic on there. Do you have a grip?
I've got a grip, but that plastic's gonna trip us up, so. I'm gonna
I got it.
reach a little here.
If we have to set it down, we set it down.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go to my Oh, there. Oh man, you gotta have that hand.
Yep.
Oh, it's heavy. All right, your way, up way.
I love these things.
Yeah. Oh shoot, my bottom hand has no grip. Okay.
Okay, can you reach in there and grab that one?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
I'm not.
Up. I missed.
Okay.
This mount sucks.
It does. This is not my favorite mount by any stretch of the imagination.
Nope, set it down. It's gotta go down. Oh wow, it's even heavy on my feet. Oh wow, it's heavy. It's crushing my foot.
Take it out from your foot.
I want something under it so it's not. There. We gotta be able to pick it up. There you go. Wow.
Ruckus TV.
It does say that you need 3 people. It said right on the box. Where's the power go?
Over on this side.
Can you plug it in before we... Perfect. Perfect. I think it goes in the channel.
There it is.
Yeah. In the channel.
Had to trace it.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so with these,
Okay.
I think
They have to get, you just have to get it.
it's gotta be done perfectly.
Yeah, you just have to get it. There's no way. I like that it turned on. Erasing. Oh, because it's Google TV now instead of Roku like the TCLs. Even TCLs taking Roku.
So does this like automatically delete your browsing history?
Yes.
Nice.
I mean, that's what it's doing right now is resetting itself.
That's good. You don't have to do that if you die suddenly.
We have that set right? It's all set right.
You measured.
And there's plenty of extra, like they gave us excess there.
Yeah, the problem is that that sucker just continues to...
Fold up.
Yeah.
You just can't miss. I'll tell you when you're ready to move on. Because I can see it. So you ready?
I've been ready. Let's do it.
I'm gonna do a breath.
I believe in you.
It did say 3 people for a 100-inch. You need somebody to balance while one person's like.
Just need a small child.
Yeah, that's right.
Under there.
To be a jack.
Yes.
It needs a jack is what it needs. Oh, we want to be ready?
Ready.
Okay. You good? Transitioning hand. Okay. Go back your way. Okay. My way. There's mine. Up.
Sort of on.
Is yours on?
Yep.
Oh, it was on.
What about we just...
Hold on.
Yeah, can you hold it and do it? Yeah, that works a lot better.
I can try.
Almost.
Did I get it? I did get it. I did not get it.
Did not get it. Okay, I'll close mine and you...
Go in it. There.
All right.
Is yours on?
I'm on.
This mount is terrible.
I agree.
Okay, let's support it in case it's
I'm still holding.
flaky. What do you think? I think it's up.
I don't see anything pulling from the wall. It's on.
Bro.
That is,
Oh, a little on the sketchy side. Even a lot on the sketchy side.
yeah. I agree with that. But it's on. For now.
I sure hope it stays. Well guys, that's what it takes to mount a 100-inch real time. We're just gonna put it all in there because what a struggle. It is dead level. We checked 1,000 times and it doesn't look level. Why does it look like that side's low?
It does look like it.
That mount is so dead. Let me grab a
Level.
We're gonna figure it out. There might be some fine tuning.
I know it's only a torpedo level.
Yeah, we need a 6-foot level on it. It's in the bubble, I bet.
It is in the bubble, but it definitely is low.
It's low on that side for sure.
Yeah.
Why? It's in the bubble, but it's not quite right.
I'm guessing that the
Maybe
I think the studs, or not studs, the lag bolts just shifted.
the lag bolts did probably do it. We could back them off and move it up and tighten it back down.
Yeah.
Before you guys think it's too big, we did measure. There's going to be an entertainment center that will run the length of this underneath. And that entertainment center is 14 high, and the TV, we went ahead and made the bottom of the TV 24 high. So it wouldn't be ridiculous in the room, and it should be at the right viewing angle for your couch. Maybe we even bumped it up to 30, didn't we? Did we bump it up to 30 to the bottom? We did. That's what that mark, the mark was 24, the next mark was.
That's right, yeah.
We'll Google TV later. Well, I almost wondered if this was gonna be too big, but now that it's up here, it's not too big at all. It's almost life-sized, and the couch will be even farther back from where I'm sitting right now. So I think this was the perfect setup. It'll make a big impact. It'll be, you know, I'm not putting a theater in this house. I planned on putting one in my old house. So I think this is absolutely perfect. A nice blend of living room / media room. And then we'll have obviously lights on the sides and shelves around it and everything like that. So it'll frame out and it won't look that big. It'll just be a good use of the wall. I'm incredibly tired. I will say if you have to hang one of these, 3 to 4 people would be ideal. And you need 2 people in front just supporting it while the people on the sides get the hangers to lock in. Gabe's throwing a couple marks on the side right now, so we know where our lights need to go. Those are coming up very soon. All right, guys, we picked the perfect size.
That doesn't say it's probably the same. It's the safest vehicle.
Could be bigger.
Okay. All right. Well, where do you
I think it's
start?
perfect.
Let's see. Massive.
A lot better than that.
Like a bus tire or a big.
Well, today's been an adventure. Getting this here, it comes on a pallet. We had to get it off the pallet. We had to get it into the house. It almost didn't fit through the corner. So we got it in, luckily.
It might not fit in that gentleman's house.
Whose?
Mr. Carl.
Oh, the comment guy. Yeah, he probably can't get that in the front door. It's unfortunate that he couldn't get it in the front door. I know he tried.
It's all about giving back.
That's right. It's all about
giving back. It's not about diming people out. And
it's not about this one commenter that said his house isn't nice while I pour my entire, everything I have into this house. This is it's a one-shot kind of thing. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about more closets that are done, because the closets were the only thing that could be done because the rest of the house is a continuous ceiling and the sheetrock finishers do not want to spray this because it's literally like one shot to go from the living room all the way to the garage and back. So unfortunately, we're trying to get everything ready for them, but also it's been a lot of work. Today they taped up most of the ceiling, which has been wild. So over there, all of that is looking amazing and almost ready. Pretty pumped about all of that. Over here, the appliance closet is completely together with the ceilings textured, painted, ready to rock. The lights are in. So there's like one piece of wiring that's left and we can finish wrapping all this up. But I'm just pumped about that. We need to go spec out cabinets and a couple other things. But another insane update a couple days later.
how many chandeliers are you up to now?
3, right? One in the bathroom. Because I just saw this one that was crazy. It's just 2 big X's with LEDs on both ends. So I want the bathroom chandelier, the closet chandelier, and the dining room chandelier. And then accent lights on the wall beside the TV that are the same height as it on each side. Every room has to have accent lighting. That's what I learned about expensive houses, custom homes. You have to have at least 2 sources of lighting in every one, and usually 3. That's how they really set them apart. So I'm hoping, you know, when this place is done, the property value will have gone from like $220,000 to like $750. That's our goal for this place, and it's a lot of work to get there, but we're just trying to add value. That's really all this is. It's not a flex or anything like that. It's just investing, and it's investing the easiest way, which is working on it. These last 2 house updates have also been 2 solid weeks of work compressed into 2 videos. So I don't know if it doesn't look like a lot of work's been done. I don't know what's going on because a lot of work has been done. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop WatchJRGo.com for cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. I mean, come on. The ice maker feed is fed from the RO in the basement.
Yeah. I mean, running that stuff was fun just in itself.
I know, right? It doesn't get much nicer than what we're doing here. This is all the ultimate tier of custom home building.
They see it, but they
It's just one guy. It was really just one guy.
one guy.
I was just going off on the one guy. The only problem with this house, the only reason you could ever say it's not nice enough is it should have 10-foot ceilings and not 8s. Like, when you walk into any custom home, 10 is the minimum. And you really go up to like 15 and 20-foot ceilings from there.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
honestly, you can operate this one a lot cheaper.
Oh yeah, way cheaper,
And,
way cheaper.
I mean,
My
the space is laid out well.
One air conditioner.
One air conditioner.
I'm lying because we're obviously putting one in the garage because I want it to be nice. So
Okay, but one air conditioner for the main
one
house.
air conditioner is all you need.
And of
The other
course-
one's just dumb.
I mean, it's
The other air conditioner was free. Hoovy gave me the one they cut out of his old house.
nice.
Yeah, so that was
Yeah.
yeah. The
So-
same way we always build. Most of it's, well, a lot of it's free, and a lot of it's very expensive.
Yeah. That's kind of how it goes.
That's kind of how it goes.